Check 1, 2. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Catalan Perez, and I was your Chief Election Commissioner for this upcoming elections. I want to I want to welcome you to the Student Government Association Awards program for the outgoing 92nd administration and the inauguration of the 93rd administration. On behalf of the Election Commission, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all the newly elected officers, volunteers, outgoing officers, and guests. It is my pleasure to introduce today's MC, Bilal, who served as the 92nd Administration's Communications Director for the Atlanta campus.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, David. All right. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Allison Calhoun Brown, Senior Vice President of Student Success.
Thank you, Belay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, right? I'm Allison Calhoun Brown. As Belay said, I'm the Senior Vice President for Student Success. And I would like to offer my congratulations to the incoming SGA President, Antonio Prince, and the 93rd administration on this occasion of your inauguration. Thank you for wanting to serve students in this way. I would also like to thank Brianna Bailey and the 92nd administration for all that you did and all that the SGA did this past year to advocate for the student body during this year as the university emerged from a pandemic and tried to return to normal operations. It was sometimes challenging, but with your support, it made a huge difference. As Senior Vice President, my job in student success, and really my passion, is to help support the retention, progression, and graduation of students in Georgia State. We recognize that you are investing a lot in terms of your time, your talent, your energy, your finances, and we want to make sure that you receive a full return on your investment by being able to take advantage of all the opportunities that are available to you. I want you to know that you have a welcome partner in me and the entire student success teams for the initiatives that you will bring to us here at Georgia State. One of the things that I love the most about Georgia State is that we have a university senate. Do you know that there are schools that have only a faculty senate? We have a university senate. That means that faculty, staff, and students all contribute to how we constitute community here at Georgia State and how we really democratically develop the policies and the rules that we're going to use to govern ourselves. The Student Government Association is the official voice of the student body at Georgia State, and its primary purpose, as you know, is to represent the student interests in this process. Now, I'm a political science professor by training. So when I think about democratic processes, I get all excited. And you know, we pay a lot of attention collectively as a citizenry, what's going on in Washington or what's going on under the Gold Dome down the street. But there's a quote that I love. It's by Walt Whitman, who was a famous 19th century poet. So the language is kind of old language, but did you too, oh friend, suppose democracy was only for elections, for politics, and for a party name? I say democracy is only of use there, that it may pass on and come to its flower and fruit in manners in the highest form of interaction between people and their beliefs, in religion, in literature, in colleges, and in school. Democracy in all public and private life. That's the importance of what you have engaged in the 92nd administration and what you will engage in the 93rd administration as a member of the Student Government Association. You are helping to create the world in which we live here at Georgia State. Thank you for this work, for protecting and representing the rights, privileges, and responsibilities for every member of our community. We appreciate you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Michael Sansevero, Vice President for Student Engagement.
Good afternoon. Ah, that was pitiful. Let's try that one more time. Your student leaders, good afternoon. There you go. Now I feel like I'm in the home of the Panthers. So I want to make sure that I don't say anything that's going to repeat what other people are saying or have said or are going to say. So I'm going a totally different direction. And so what I'm going to do is take you on a little journey. So picture it. Right, for those who are fans of Sophia from the Golden Girls, right? Picture it, Sicily. So yeah, I'm going a different direction with that though. So picture it, 1986, August. I'm in Whitehall at Emory University, and I am at the interest information session for the first-year senators for Student Government Association. And I am nervous because I'm thinking, do I really want to be involved in student government? Do I know what I'm getting myself into? Do I have any clue what this is all about? And I almost, before the meeting started, walked out of the room because I was just really that nervous. And I thought, I don't think I can represent the first-year student body. But I'm glad I didn't walk out of that room because I learned some really important things that year. And fast forward 20 years later, as I was publishing my dissertation on the role of student governance in higher education, I learned a whole lot about what it means to be an engaged student leader. And I will tell you unequivocally, student government matters. The role you play as student leaders matter. The outstanding work of the outgoing administration, Brianna and her entire team, the exciting work that I'm looking forward to from the incoming administration with Antonio and his team, I can tell you that students matter, and that is the reason why I am the Vice President for Student Engagement, because that is my sole job, is to support you and to make sure that we're doing everything we can to engage students and serve our students. And so a few things I've learned along the way in all that wonderful research I got to do about student governance. I learned that often the real legacy of your work is not what you're going to see by the time you get to walk across the graduation stage. And I know that can be challenging sometimes as a student leader because you invest all this time and energy and you want to see the fruits of your labor right away. And I get that. And sometimes we do get to see that because I will tell you, we share one thing in common when we talk about students first, right? I know that's SGA's theme and that's my theme too. We have done some great things together in some very real time that made some real differences. But some of those investments take a little longer. And that's why it's so important that you keep coming back. As a proud alum, that you stay a part forever of the Georgia State family. Because you are going to see things 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now that were the legacies of your investment. Because good servant leadership is not always about the rewards that you can reap right now, and not always about what you may be able to see come to fruition in your administration. But sometimes it's about setting the wheels of motion in place for those future administrations. And that's the part of the student government work that I really love and that I'm passionate about, because there are so many amazing people who came before you that you are reaping the benefits of their investment. And I know that you are going to pay it forward and you are going to do amazing things in this new administration that's not only going to serve the immediate needs of our students, but you are going to change lives and you are ultimately going to change this world for the better. And that is the journey we're going on together. And so thank you for giving me a few moments, and I look forward to working closely with each and every one of you over this next year.
Thank you, Dr. Sansevero. I now have the honor of introducing our university's president, Dr. Brian M. Blake. It is my honor to introduce the 8th president of Georgia State University. Dr. Brian Blake was born in Savannah, where he graduated from Military Academy before earning his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech. He went on to earn a master's degree in electrical engineering from Mercer University and a PhD in information and software engineering from George Mason University. President Blake comes to us from George Washington University, where he was Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Prior to joining George Washington, he held academic leadership positions at Drexel University and the University of Miami. During his first few months on campus, Dr. Blake has conducted a listening tour across our campuses, talking to students and attending athletic events, getting to know our students. And he is currently soliciting input on the university's next strategic plan. Please join me in welcoming the president of Georgia State University, Dr. M. Bryant Blake.
Thank you so much, Belay, for those kind words and introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Oh, wow. He prepped them. It's such an honor to join you today and to really get a chance to celebrate Georgia State Student Government Association. I'd like to personally congratulate President Antonio Prince on your pending inauguration of the campus-wide president of the 93rd administration, you and your team. So I really do look forward, Antonio, working with you in the coming year. I truly believe, for me, if I look back in the history, 4 or 5 institutions, I certainly wouldn't be here if I didn't have great partnerships and have learned from the guidance from my colleagues and students in student government. I look back, I was trying to figure out all the times the student government saved my butt. Certainly at previous institution, really at the onset of the hashtag Black Lives Matter, when at the onset of that, spent time with our student government to determine what would be an adequate response to that for the campus. I think at Drexel, the student governor partnered with me to figure out how we might redo commencement so that it was more engaged. So we didn't have a all-around commencement, but we changed it so we had a large commencement on the ballpark field, and we tried to make it a lot more, a lot more music and a lot more engaged activities. Even during COVID, in my previous institution, trying to figure out how to deal with commencement and also thinking about how we would present the institution with regards to interacting with the district. So I found that there's been many times, it's easy for us as administrators to get blind spots because we go from event to event, we stay in the same building, but we don't often experience the life that you experience as students. And as student leaders, you represent a constituency that's so important to how we think about the institution. So I'm so delighted to join you today because I know that many of you are going to be so helpful to me and our team in administration, as well as your students and your fellow students, as well as students that are coming into campus this year. So I got to say that coming into this next administration, I know we're going to build on our previous 92nd administration and continue to improve the student experience on all our campuses. To President Brianna Bailey, Brianna, congratulations on a phenomenal year. Under your leadership, SGA has engaged students here on downtown campus as well as our perimeter campuses, making sure students' voice are heard and every student feels seen. So I've said multiple times working through this year, I want to make sure that we continue to do more towards student engagement. Brianna, you and I started our presidencies together. I think you might you might be the first student I've met, I think. I can't remember if you were on the search committee or not, but I think we engaged very soon after that. And you've been such a wise counsel. I mean, having you come meet regularly and give insights and not holding back, telling me where we could actually improve the institution has just been amazing. I also know that under your leadership, the SGA created the United Student Organizations to promote collaboration among registered student organizations and advocated on behalf of students to increase access to the parking decks. I remember that conversation specifically. And refunds and credits to students due to delays in budget card. And you established a new judiciary branch for SGE that is separate from the Student Judicial Board. And certainly on a personal note, I don't know if you guys know Brianna, but she always smiles. So there could be there could be some days that you know, I know I'm challenged to smile, and I feel so much better when I see you because you bring in so much energy, and you know, over the year you've made me feel so much at home. So I do appreciate that, and appreciate all your leadership. So I'll just close. I think I've said it. Students are really at the heart of everything we do. All year long as we did announcements, every time they put an announcement to say faculty, staff, and students, and every time I switch around, say students, faculty, staff, students, staff, faculty. So I always want to put students first in how we speak about the institution and how we make our decisions. And in this group, like I said, I think your engagement is so selfless. In addition to all your work and all that you're doing for your families and the city, you've decided to make the decision to also put that effort into the institution by leading us through in the coming years. So I think that's just amazing, and I want to thank you all for that. Finally, to the graduating seniors that I'll see crossing the stage very soon. I think we've got 3 or 4 events coming up. Wish it was last week. The weather was much better. So we're going to be warm out there in a few days. So I'm looking forward to seeing you cross the stage, and I think so well deserved to honor you for your academic and leadership achievements. So with that, congratulations everyone, and go Panthers.
All right, thank you, Dr. Blake. At this time, outgoing President Brianna Bailey will provide an overview of the accomplishments of the 92nd administration of SGA.
Okay, well, this is it. Wow, hold on, I might actually cry. I tried to prepare myself for this moment, but yeah, I wasn't prepared at all. But I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the administration this year. It was tough, you know, coming off of COVID, transitioning from being speaker to president, from having no campus involvement at all to trying to get students involved. It was a challenge, but a lot of you took that challenge and you ran with it. You didn't let it overcome you, you overcame it. As President Blake already covered, one of the significant things that I want to note is the effort that the Speaker of the Senate has put in for SGA. Ira Leavenott has done so much, has led the students, led his senators in a most positive way to implement change into the university that will further go into the next administration. So everyone, give a round of applause. I also want to recognize the work that the Perimeter Campus has put in as well, because it has been great. Like last year, it was very challenging because of COVID, and you know, like the dynamic of the Perimeter Campus is just different from Atlanta. And you know, just hearing the different conversations and just like, like during my debate, it was all about, what are you gonna do about Perimeter? Why is Perimeter this? Why is Perimeter that? But to see the students on the Perimeter Campus flourish and be much more than what everybody thinks they are is absolutely amazing. I want to give a round of applause to Ahmed, because he came in with severe dedication to not only SGA, but to the student body. And I also want to give a round of applause to Newton campus, because they were the most field campus. It was like absolutely mind-blowing. And if you know anything about SGA, you know that filling positions is a hard task. So let's give them a round of applause too. Wow, I'm gonna say it one more time. Wow, this is really the end. But it's only the end to one chapter and the beginning to another. I am passing down the keys to Antonio, and I have left an impression, so you have to step up above the plate, okay? And I know that you will, though. I know you will. And to all of the other officers that are coming in, you all are absolutely amazing. Like, I am so glad that I had the opportunity to even interact with you before I left, before I transitioned to a new period in my life, and just know that my door, my cell phone, my email, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be, is always going to be open for you to communicate with me, for you to ask questions, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about sharing that knowledge and be able to enable you to be the best version of yourself, not just for you, but for the people that you represent. Because you cannot be great without greatness within you. You cannot show people what to do without knowing what to do. So if you ever need anything, I am always going to be here. I am truly grateful for this opportunity. Hold on. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. When I got onto Georgia State's campus, no one could have told me that I would end up as the SGA president. No one could have told me that I would have come close to accomplishing all the things that I've done. Like, I was a great student in high school, but college was different. It was very different. I was a commuter student with no involvement, no friends, like nothing. And I had to understand or figure out what is it that even drove me here. You know, it's not just the Zale Miller Scholarship that I received. It was something else about Georgia State. And going through it, being in this process, I understood that this place was meant for me. I didn't know it when I first came here, but as I progressed, this place was meant for me. The amount of connections that I have developed, this place is meant for me. And you have to know that for yourself, that this place is meant for you. And even if you don't feel like it's meant for you right now, make it meant for you, because it has everything that you need. And if it doesn't, make it have what you need. It's all in your hands. You have it all. It's your opportunity. This is your opportunity to establish what Georgia State is. That people have a narrative, but you can change that. It's all about you. You're the main character of your story. And if you're the main character in anybody else's story, that's because you're just the boss. Own up to it. Own up to it. So like I said, I appreciate you all for believing in me, for supporting me, for guiding me, as I couldn't do it without y'all. I really could not. This has been the hardest year of my life, but you all made it easier, so thank you. So, now we're going to go ahead and transition into our awards for the 92nd administration. I want to start by acknowledging all of the previous administration, the 92nd administration. Can you please rise? Yes, yes. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. I came up with majority of these awards because as the president, one thing that I did, this platform that I stood on was enabling others to do what they feel works and guiding them into doing that. So as I sat back and supported and watched everyone do what they did, I came up with the Helping Hand Award. And this award goes to 2 students who were dedicated to SGA in the most extraordinary ways. You didn't have to ask, they just did. You didn't have to tell them, they just knew. So I would like to welcome James Wilson and Ahmed Chowdhury up here to receive the award. yeah, I just want to say these two are great, like amazing. Okay, James came in as a liaison, and he ended up being the Senate clerk without even actually being the Senate clerk. So it was just like the amount of effort that the both of them have put in just could not go unrecognized. So the next award is called the Outstanding Senator Award, and this award is also presented to two senators who have been dedicated to serving their constituents in the most recognizable ways. These two students are dear to my heart because a lot of the things that have gone on in SGA this year could not have gone on without them. So I would like to recognize Rajini Petite Freyr and Bethany Mccullough. Just a little background information. Rajini helped ERA develop the USO, and they put on the first event, which was a success. So she was the student engagement chair. So whoever is next, like I told Anthony, step up to the plate. I mean, Antonio, sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking about Bridgerton right now. I apologize. You know, it's a lot going on right now. Okay, anyway, Bethany is not with us right now, but the next award is for the Liaison of the Year, and Bethany served as the Speaker Pro Temp who was over all of the liaisons, leading them into it was divided into freshman, transition, and transfer liaisons, so they all worked with those students in developing programs and initiatives that helped them get acclimated with the campus. So this year, the Liaison of the Year award goes to Jen I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last name? Obodo. Right, and finally, we have reached the Presidential Leadership Award. This award was specifically created and selected by me to acknowledge two students that represented the perimeter campuses and represented the Atlanta campus with optimal leadership. Like I said about everyone else, these two students could not go without being recognized because things would not have happened if they didn't start it. Things would not have happened if they didn't think about it. Things just would not have happened. So I want to start by recognizing the Perimeter Leadership Award, and it goes to Zane Jones. Zane Jones is not with us, but congratulations. And for the Atlanta campus, the Atlanta Leadership Award goes to none other than Ira Leave Not. I want to say thank you to all of you for serving SGA, serving the student body, serving yourselves in the best way possible. Congratulations.
just find our place. All right. And for the next recognition, Mr. Boyd Beckwith, University-wide SGA Advisor.
Good afternoon. I have the distinct honor to recognize the graduating associate's degree and bachelor's degree candidates. So at this time, if you are graduating, a preview to later ceremonies, if you can come to the stage. And I especially want to make sure that Brianna receives one of these because it is something that I've always wanted to recognize the outgoing president, and student activity fees can't pay for cords. So I also want to make sure that we could recognize all of our graduating seniors. And so I personally want to gift these to our graduating seniors and associate degree candidates. Thank you so much. Can we get a picture?
All right. Once again, congratulations to all of our graduates. Our next order, oh yeah, of course, round of applause, round of applause. All right, so our next order of business will be for the Chief Justice, Amar Rupani, to swear into office the senators for each college or school, as well as the incoming speakers of the Senate. And this is President Brianna.
Amar is not with us, so I will be the one to do it as the next person. So, will the incoming senators come to the stage, or if you are attending virtually, keep your mics muted, but turn your camera on so we can see your hands raised, and repeat after me. It's a lot of y'all. Yay. All right. Go ahead. Okay. All right. I state your name. Oh, wait. Before you do that, raise your right hand. See, I always forget this part. I always forget this part. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I, do solemnly affirm. Do solemnly affirm. That I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities. That I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities. Entrusted to me by virtue of office. Entrusted to me by virtue of office. And will lead to the best of my ability. And will lead to the best of my ability. Preserve, protect, and enforce. Preserve, protect, and enforce. The Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University. The Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University. Thank you. Now, will the outgoing and incoming speakers of the Senate come to the stage, or if you are attending virtually, keep your mics muted, but turn your camera on so we can see your raised hand and repeat after me. Yeah, you and grab that one. Yeah, there you go. I state your name.
I, Jordan Madden,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities
that I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities
entrusted to me by virtue of office
entrusted to me by virtue of office
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and enforce
preserve, protect, and enforce
the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University.
the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University.
Thank you. Will the outgoing and incoming executive vice presidents come to the stage, or if you are attending virtually, keep your mics muted, but turn your camera on so we can see your raised hand and repeat after me. All right, raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities entrusted to me by virtue of office and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and enforce the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University. Thank you. And now I will swear in the incoming president. Yes. I, Antonio Prince, do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties and responsibilities entrusted to me by virtue of office and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and enforce the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Georgia State University. So now there is a little tradition that has been started, and the outgoing president passed down something that they feel is beneficial to the next incoming president. And I found this book by Angela Duckworth called Grit, and it focuses on the power of passion and perseverance. And I feel like those two things are the main things that a president needs in order to be successful. So I really hope that you utilize this to the best of your ability to be the great president that I know that you can be. Thank you.
Thank you, President Bailey, for being here today to swear these candidates into office. Congratulations to all of the members of the new 93rd Administration's executive and legislative branches, and good luck in the coming year. Now, to conclude the program by speaking about his plans for the upcoming year, our newly elected President, Antonio Prince.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Antonio Prince, and I'm honored to serve as your 93rd Student Government Association President. Being elected President of the Student Government Association has been an exhilarating yet humbling experience, and I'm eager to focus my attention on this distinguished position. The Student Government Association serves as the official forum for student views and ideas on matters of importance. Our main objective is to advocate students' interests and needs to administration while providing services we deem beneficial to students. The Student Government Association provides opportunities for student engagement in university activities and serves as the student body servants. This entails prioritizing the interests of other students over our own, respecting their viewpoints, providing them with the help they require, involving them in decisions when appropriate, and cultivating a sense of community within our university. I have learned a lot about Georgia State University and other experiences by students as a senator, and I can attest to the magnificence of Georgia State University based on my own experiences. Georgia State University boasts over 52,000 students and has one of the most diverse student bodies in the country. As Publius Cyrus said, "Where there is unity, there is always victory." This university's unity among diversity has always made me feel at home and is an excellent example of how we can live as one and work together regardless of where we come from. As student government officers, I expect nothing less than maintaining our university's practices and elevating them to new heights. While many Panthers are aware of SGA's existence, they do not understand what we do. One might argue this is because of a lack of interest or apathy among the student body. However, the problem stems from a lack of transparency. We must be significantly more proactive in informing the student body about our decisions and processes. We need to be more accessible to our constituents to create a more effective and transparent government. Let us promote citizenship by supporting democracy as a way of life, involving students in meaningful, purpose-driven activities, assisting each student in developing genuine regard for law and order appropriate to this democratic society, guiding each student in creating a sense of personal responsibility and earned self-respect, and honestly reflecting and interpreting the student's viewpoint. Finally, let us promote cultural values by instilling social loyalty, pride, patriotism, and individual student development by selecting projects and activities that seek to achieve purposes that are significant in the lives of the student community by providing students with deeper reasons to attend school and assisting each student in attaining maximum educational growth and development. As SGA officers, we must show the highest level of honesty, integrity, trustworthiness, and ethics, and act according to how we talk to earn the right to be accountable for the peaceful coexistence of students in this institution. As president of the Student Government Association, I want to see our university in a better place than we left it, particularly regarding student-related concerns. Whether it is a social problem or issue, or physical enhancement on campuses, let us make the necessary changes and be the changes that you want to see in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, President Prince. Not wasting any time, the 93rd Administration of the Atlanta Senate will be holding its first meeting in 15 minutes in Student Center East, Room 200, which is the Golden Key Boardroom, and on WebEx to confirm appointed positions and form an Atlanta vacancy committee. So we would all appreciate if you would join us. Thank you so much to the 92nd Administration and guests for joining us virtually for this special event as well. We wish you all a special and wonderful day.